This is an Oddcast.
An Oddcast.
Kev, kamusta ka?
Ako ay okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second episode of the Oddcast.
Yes,
Oddcast.
second episode. I love it.
Guys, ito na yung feel ko pinaka-con yung episode na kaya ako nagpi-Filipino ngayon kasi alam kong mamaya-maya medyo dire-diretso tayong kamusta ka?
Nilalabas na natin yung Tagalog natin. Kasi mamaya
So makita yung mga guests natin mag-Filipino dire-diretso.
deep Tagalog like
Deep.
very deep.
Lalim. That's
deep.
lalim is Filipino.
When I think of deep Tagalog, I think of dubbed anime. And you have to say it like in a rounded. No, like with the male character. So I was like, "Ho! Hindi mo naman ako pinupuntahan sa aking bahay."
Tone naman yung lalim.
Bakit? No, but I mean like that's what gives me as like deep like Tagalog. It's very resonating.
So we've definitely set the tone for this episode. But before we get to the topic at hand, let's welcome our guests today, Mr. Stephen Tongco.
Hello.
Wow!
I practiced that all
That
night.
voice.
Filipino nga.
Hello.
Hello.
Bobo.
Sabihin mo mungkahi.
Mungkahi?
Mungkahi. Hindi ko alam kung sabihin
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Ma.
Oops.
Oops.
On the other end of the line, we have Mr. DJ Magbanua.
Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat.
Gabi na po.
Gabi na
pala.
Pero ang ganda nun, grabe. Radio DJ ka ba dati?
Dati,
Talaga?
hindi.
His name is DJ for a reason.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yun nga eh.
Well, for today's episode, we're gonna talk a lot about being a professional. I think, even though this is just our second episode, I think it's very important to talk about careers. Kasi syempre, lahat naman tayo dito, after college, hopefully, di ba? Ang goal naman natin is to have a very stable, steady, and fulfilling career. And this is something that we, all four of us here, which by the way, this is the Oddcast team, by the way. DJ is our resident guapo. Stephen is our resident okay lang. Joke.
Ano okay lang? Excuse me?
No, Stephen is fucking handsome.
Ano yung beast?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
But yeah, so today's episode is all about careers and how we got to the advertising industry in the first place. But before we get into that, we have a drink of the night.
We do have a drink.
We do have a drink of the night.
All right. So for those of you, where are they? For those of you who don't know what's happening here, we try that every episode we come up with a cocktail that kind of like resonates with the overall story, or also maybe just a cocktail to get us, a bit more loose. For today's episode, it's actually both. So it's a cocktail that makes us loose, but also
I'm pretty loose.
yeah, it translates to the story. So we call this cocktail the drumroll, please. Yeah, pasok nyo na lang yung drumroll. Drumroll. Okay, it's called the
SL.
the SL.
Bakit SL, Deej?
Kasi sarap lang siya.
Oh, akala ko
That's a twist.
But if you have too much, you won't be able to go to work tomorrow.
So it's
it's an automatic sick
So
leave.
sa mga supervisor ko,
Are we gonna try this?
mag-abang na kayo ng email sa akin.
Tama. Let's try the SL. So
Let's try
it
the
is
SL.
gin, tonic water, orange bitters, a fresh orange, and we were supposed to have triple sec, but it's okay.
That's fine.
Rounded. It's a rounded drink.
Oh, it's really good.
it doesn't burn when you drink
And I'm
it.
not saying it just because we made it.
Yeah. So for those of you who want to try it out, it's 1 part gin, 2 parts tonic water, 4 dashes of
You can see it below the screen.
Right here.
And if you're listening on audio, I don't know where it'll be.
watch the video.
Subtitles.
Just watch the video.
Just
We're on-
imagine it. Use your
We're on
imagination.
YouTube, So, let's get to what we want to talk about today. Again, yung topic natin is all about careers and specifically in the advertising space. But I don't want to limit us just to talking about our industry because let's face it, not everyone naman growing up dreams to be a fucking advertiser.
You don't know that. Just kidding.
That's why not everyone wants to be an advertiser. So maybe what we can do is, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys do for Audify? And like, where are you today in terms of what you're doing?
Maybe we should start initially what I was doing for Audify.
Okay.
So initially, I was the photographer, the in-house photographer for Audify. And then Audify needed help with copywriting. So I started helping with copywriting. And then Audify needed, someone to help them
Very
visualize.
Audify, no?
Help us visualize, our projects, our videos, our photos. So today, I'm the creative visualizer for Audify.
Now, you might not know what a creative visualizer means, because I also don't know what that entails. So, DJ, tell us about what a creative visualizer is.
Maybe the easiest way to explain it is I'm in between production and the creatives. So I work closely with the creatives to come up with a concept that will be feasible in production. Or vice versa. I can come up with a production idea that I can throw to the creatives, and they're going to tell me if it's feasible creative-wise or not. So that's something that, not everybody really needs. But for our team, it's something that we value, because we're a very visual team. We're a very we're a very creative / visual group. So I think I'm there to help everyone, have a vision or create the vision for everyone. So we're all on the same page.
So for context, Audify isn't just Audify. Audify, as you know it, is the 360 IMC campaign agency. So IMC, what that means is whenever you want campaigns for your brand, you turn to agencies like Audify. But where DJ works kasi is sort of like a subunit or a subsidiary of Audify called Prod. I wonder why it's called Prod. Because it's a production house, our in-house production house. So DJ's team is in charge of all of the shoots and all of the video production, all that stuff. Actually, he's part of the team because he set this whole thing up. Look at this beautiful set. If you remember from the last episode, hopefully you do remember from the last episode, it was okay.
No, it was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice.
It was great.
But this is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Holy
he managed to set everything up in 20 minutes.
So you can see what DJ is in charge of from looking at what you're watching.
Grabe. Pressure naman nun. So
Grabe.
if,
The
there,
level
if there's
up.
something that's pangit, it's my fault also.
No.
Sound off in the comments.
Sound off the comments. All right.
So let's move to Stephen. Stephen, what do you do for Audify?
I am a senior multimedia artist.
How old
And
are you?
I am. Wait, how old am I? I'm 26 and a half.
That's not senior. You're lying to me.
Yeah,
You're
maybe I am.
26 and a half this year.
No, I'm turning 27 actually. Yeah.
But you look so young.
I get that a lot. They still ask for my ID in the clubs and,
Really?
even movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
Movies?
I tried to watch a horror movie once and they're like, "Sir, ilang taon ka na?" Tapos they see my ID. Mas bata
Sir,
ka sa...
tinuli ka na ba?
Sir, patingin niya. Okay na to.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, you look younger than my eldest." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
Is that a compliment?
Compliment ata naman.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. Well, yeah. So I'm a senior multimedia artist and I've been in Audify for a year, more than a year actually. So like 1 year and maybe 3 months, I think. Yeah.
So what do you do specifically as an MMA? Senior
Well,
MMA?
Yeah, so it's MMA multimedia artist. So we do all kinds of art. So like we can do animation, we can do video editing, sometimes audio editing, but mostly like digital ads, like posters and stuff. Social media posts, like what you see on the internet. So like most of the advertisements you see there, we did that. we're in charge of that and stuff. Yeah. So other than that, I guess. On the inside, I help out with the art director and stuff, and because we're in a team, right? So there's an art director, multimedia artist, and there's a copywriter. So I help out with the ideas. I contribute ideas. I also do a lot of the technical work. So the colors and laying out and stuff. Yeah.
What's
pretty
your
much.
favorite color?
Black and white is not a color, but I was gonna say black because like.
I didn't even know that wasn't a color.
Yeah,
It's the
black's-
absence of color.
Yeah, absence
Yeah,
of
yeah.
light.
I heard that somewhere.
So I like black. I mean,
Yeah.
I always
Whoa.
do black. I'm a former emo kid. I'm a former emo kid, so like black was my
He's,
home.
he's never gone back.
Oh,
Exactly.
so you do the executional parts of a creative team.
Yes.
In terms of the content, etc.
Yeah. So
He executes.
I execute and I
The executor.
yeah. So like contribute ideas, work on ideas. Like it's really collaborative, naman. So I just execution.
Well, actually, buti na lang nandito si Kevin, my co-ho. And he's actually the art director. So Stephen mentioned just now that there's a structure in our team. I mean in Audify when it comes to the creatives team. So it's usually led by the art director. And then we have a copywriter and an MMA or a senior MMA. So Kev, I just spoiled it. Kev is an art director. So let me, tell us more about what the art director does.
Ayoko nga. Joke lang. Well, in Audify, so there's what we call creative units. It comprises of an art director or a team lead, creative team lead.
I just said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just refreshing the minds of the people. And then I work closely with a multimedia artist and a copywriter. Of course, in the concerns of visuals or execution, that's where Stephen comes in. But in the concerns of write-ups, taglines, or any script or anything about writing, that's where the copywriter comes in. And then if production is involved in terms of like, let's say storyboarding, photo shoots, that's where our very handsome friend DJ comes in from prod. Since
Present.
he's the creative visualizer, he's the one, as he mentioned, he checks if something is executionable for the creatives or on the other side for prod also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, do I
Yeah.
want to talk about myself?
You can talk about yourself, Jared.
Let me ask you, Leandro.
Okay.
What do you do for Audify?
Ako po ay isang strategy director.
Yeah.
Wow. Director.
Strategy and innovations director.
Let's say that again. With
Say it
like-
again.
Strategy and innovations director.
Yeah.
Anong
Yeah.
favorite word mo dun?
And so as a strategy and innovations director, a lot of my work actually, more on the strat side right now. Kasi, when it comes to the industry, yung first 2 quarters of the year is usually hindi rin. All year round lang pala siya. All year round pala tayo busy pala when it comes to pitches and whatnot. So I am in charge of overall strategy when it comes to new business and yung mga current accounts namin. So when it comes to what direction our campaigns or whatever the deliverable is taking, that goes through me. So a lot of my job is thinking. And people are gonna be like, oh, thinking, at least you're not doing manual labor or shit like that.
So technically, ikaw ang brains ng...
I don't wanna.
Sabihin mo na.
Everyone is the brain. I'm just the brainer.
Joke. You're giving me a brainer.
Obviously, hindi
you're the
ako
start-
matalino, pero
Well, insights and strategy is very important for
yeah, but I
every-
think the beauty of Audify kasi we're a very collaborative agency. I mean, I'm not to toot our own horn. There are a lot of other agencies kasi na very very rigid yung mga structures nila when it comes to the work process. But in Audify kasi, because we started out as a startup, a lot of the times, the copywriter thinks of the insight. The art director thinks of different things it's very collaborative. And to keep it short. And I think there's beauty in being able to always
Collab.
rely on everyone to contribute something great. But my job is to make sure that everything is aligned when it comes to how the client wants it done, or what are the expectations of the client. Is it aligned to the brief of the ask, diba? So a lot of that is my role. But I'm not gonna say naman na all of the directions come from me, because we have a lot of brilliant creatives and brilliant accounts people.
Shout out.
Shout out. Brilliance.
Akala ko yung people yung brilliance pa rin.
Brilliance. But yeah, it's very collaborative.
That's what I love with Audify. It's very collaborative. Well, it gives you a voice to, present your ideas in different perspectives. For example, in the creatives, sometimes insights come from certain people with certain experiences. Pero syempre, you have to at least, you're the one that validates certain insights, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
I try. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat what this industry is like, man. Like, sometimes I'm stuck in meetings till 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's happened before. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, it's a lot of thinking. It's very straining, and we'll talk about this later. It's also very fulfilling. So I want to ask you guys, how do you like your jobs?
I'm sure my boss is watching right now. I'm
Jessica.
totally not.
I am.
I'm totally not pressured to say.
Jessica.
I hope Jessica comes on one time.
Let me rephrase the question. What aspects of your job do you find very interesting or something that you really enjoy doing?
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
With me, I guess, with the production side of it all, it's kind of like I'm given the opportunity to play. Because let's say
Play with.
let's say as a freelance fashion photographer, sometimes I don't have the resources to execute an idea because there are budget constraints and whatnot, right? But when it comes to clients in the advertising world, they have a better allocation for production, which means there's a lot more room for people like us who are creatives and people like us in production to really go all out, and like we can really pitch the ideas that we want, no matter how ridiculous the concept is. If they like it, it's up to us to make it happen. And I feel like that's what's the driving force in me, is like not everyone can do this as a creator. Not everyone is given the same resources or chances to create big projects or big productions for people, right? So I feel like it's a really good trade-off, I guess, that I get to play, and I get to also hone my skills as an advertising professional and as a photographer as well. Yeah.
It's just funny that I've never heard of your position. But if you work with DJ, I mean, not to shit on you. I don't mean to shit on you. I'm not shitting on you at all.
Go lang.
It's just that advertising, it's not advertising lingo to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But if you guys see DJ work, medyo grabe. Sobrang crucial ng role niya sa mga
It's okay, guys.
sa prod stuff.
Super agree. As in, I work with DJ with a lot of accounts, especially if you remember, I'm not gonna say which brand.
I know na.
Pero grabe, I owe a lot to DJ, especially nung bago ako.
Magkano?
Na 30,000. Pero before, when I was new in Audify, wala talaga ako alam in terms of, may knowledge naman ako. Pero I think one of the best things na kaya may creative visualizer, it allows you to see or set expectations eh. As in, ginide niya ako in terms of how we do the shoots, what the process goes, especially when it comes to technical aspects, which minsan some art directors or even some creative directors don't know. But syempre dapat meron pa rin. Pero like technicalities like lights and setups, etc. And then sobrang na-appreciate ko rin kasi mga recommendations because it gives you a more understanding on how you can execute your art direction better. Kaya yun. I love you, DJ.
I love you too, dude.
Tinadya ka.
Well, my next question goes out to Kevin and Stephen, because you guys work in the same field. As creatives, what do you guys find? Do you find interesting or fulfilling or enjoyable?
Pera. Wait, joke
That's
lang.
fair.
Ikaw
That's
na.
fair.
The thing I really like about this job is that we get to work with a lot of clients, so like electronics and makeup brands and fashion and a lot of stuff naman. So it's always it's a diverse plate.
Yeah.
It's we can really eat a lot with and be fulfilled.
Eat a lot.
It's a what do you want?
I think learn a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Also, do you have this, for me as an art director, may satisfaction ka bang nararamdaman pag nakikita mong in-air yung
Oh yeah, definitely.
yung ad mo, di ba? Parang,
Yeah.
damn, di ako pinatulog nan for 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do get that. Like, oh man, this really stressed me out. Like, but when you actually see it in
Yeah.
person, you're like, wow, I made this. I can show this to my mom.
Yeah,
And-
brainchild ko yan.
yeah. Even if I lost sleep over
Nangyari
this.
na ba sa'yo yung jingle nagpe-play na sa panaginip mo?
Yeah. Oh my God. Exactly.
Di ba? Nagkakaganon, di ba?
I still remember the lyrics until now. I can sing the entire song. It was a lyric video for this brand like 2 years ago, I think.
Memorize mo pa rin.
Yeah, I can memorize it from start to finish.
Damn.
Ito ba ganun ba yan?
No, no.
Ay, hindi ba ito yun?
Hindi,
It's not
hindi,
that
hindi.
one.
Iba.
What is that? I'm curious.
Alam ko
Bakit
yan.
ganun? Okay.
Kev, you should know this.
Okay, alam ko. Ako na lang pala nakakaalam.
It's not,
Sorry,
it's not
inside
that
joke.
one.
Sorry
Oh
po.
my God. Na-trigger ako din eh.
But yeah, like that's an example, like a lyric video. I got to do that because I'm in an ad agency, which is, you know, it has its disadvantages or rough edges, but like I'm mostly happy with the good stuff about it. And varied clients and work.
Fair.
Bato naman namin sa'yo.
Ano ba bato mo?
Anong fulfilling sa ginagawa mo? Kala mo Porque ikaw host dito
Well, when it comes to strat, I think the most fulfilling part is whenever I have that aha moment. It's when we're working on a pitch and there are gonna be times talaga na medyo mahirap yung brief talaga. As in, anong gagawin ko sa putang inang... Ito yung goal niya ang hinahanap niya ganito pero ganyan siya. I'm trying very hard not to.
Sorry.
There are clients like that. I'll be really fucking honest. It's very difficult sometimes when you really disagree with the direction that this client is taking, but you can't really change it. But when you encounter that problem or that issue and you have that aha moment and you're just like, I know what to fucking do. I know how to piece together that direction that we have that can, win this shit for everyone. Mm-hmm. That's what's fulfilling to me. I think you're gonna think I'm bullshitting you guys, but it's also very fulfilling to me when I see that the creatives, like your work, all of your works, is up there na. I'm just happy for every bullshit.
May kailangan ba
Fuck
sa
you,
atin?
dude. Fuck you, dude.
touched.
I'm sorry. No, for reals.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre, I'm the kind of... My job is, I work in the trenches with everyone in the creatives. Like, yung mga OTs. Guys, may OT sa advertising.
Yeah.
Kala nyo. Meron talaga. Mangyayari talaga siya. And I'm there. Not all the time. Not as much as you guys, I would think. But I'm there a lot of the steps along the way. And whenever we win something and we see it, come into fruition, grabe, nakakatuba rin talaga ng puso. Yun yung fulfilling for me.
Nakaka-half chub ba?
3/4 job.
Okay. Claro.
3/4 job. Let's flip the question. Ano yung di nyo trip?
Wow.
All right. How much time do we have?
30 minutes.
I'm just kidding. I guess it's really just the time away that you have to spend from your family, from your friends. It's really there was a time where all my whole barkada was calling me si Pitch. Asa na si Pitch? So parang why are you calling me Pitch? Because every time daw na they say, tara, let's go out, I always say I can't kasi I have a pitch tomorrow.
DJ, everyday naman kaya kayo
Yun na
lumalabas.
nga. So, yun na nga. So, pitch na nga talaga yung tawag. No, pero yeah.
How do they
the
say it? Like you're a pitch?
Hey, pitch.
Pitch, please.
Copywriter din si DJ pala. Just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
copy.
fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that I feel like, I don't want to say taken away from you because it's not naman forced on you.
Yeah.
But I like to use the word taken away is only because you can't get that time back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a give and take. Sometimes you give a lot more than you do take. But when you do take, and regardless if it's something big or not, but it's something that you put your whole heart to or your whole heart in, diba? It really parang everything goes away. Tama, all the sleepless nights,
It was worth it.
all the fights with your teammates, all the misunderstandings with people
Yeah.
up there, diba? Parang
Yeah.
it's just really parang the moment it's out, the moment they say it's posted, the moment they say it's live, diba? That's where everything kind of just like settles down.
Yeah.
And you simmer on your work and then you realize it was good.
Steven, what about you?
Well, like I said before, we deal with lots of clients, and that could also be
A negative.
yeah. But yeah, it's nice to have like diversity, but sometimes you're talking to a lot of different accounts. You're talking to a lot of different people for different brands, and like they want different things, and we're like trying to split our brain into 8 or 7 to like make sure everyone gets the same amount of quality
Yeah.
and love in their work, and in that way in the work. Yeah. And we're just like it's a struggle sometimes, most of the time actually, not sometimes, but it's somewhat always fulfilling naman to like what DJ said, to see it at the end. It was all worth it. But yeah, I guess that's the main negative.
Kev?
Wala.
You love your job.
Man, fuck you.
I love my job.
Go suck a dick.
Come on, man. Pero seriously, sa akin...
Parang hindi nyo sinasabi sa akin na isang araw.
Ano sinasabi nyo? In all seriousness, siguro yung... Actually, same lang with Dij. Kasi yung group of friends ko rin, may time na mag-aaya, lumabas, or maglaro or something, mag-game night. And then, I end up being OT or something na... Di naman ako tinatawag na pitch. Pero parang nafe-feel ko na parang nagigilty ako minsan na, oh no. Imbes na I'm hanging with the boys, I'm hanging my...
Your other boys.
Ito yung the boys. The boys to the boys.
Actually, I feel like it's not really guilt that you're feeling. I feel like it's the FOMO of it all.
Baka, yeah, exactly. The FOMO.
I really think it's the FOMO
Yeah,
of it all.
like we're young, we have money, we want to experience all.
Both.
Do we have
Sana
money?
all.
Hindi, I mean, well, we have money. I mean, well, not a lot, pero at least may income tayo. We get to
That's true.
buy.
Steady.
We get
steady
to,
income, yeah.
attend concerts, events. Kasi pagka 30, 40, malay mo, Leandro or Stephen, kasal ka na, di ba?
I really needed to hear that.
Ano yun, Alin?
I have so many concerts booked this year. It's crazy.
Oh my God. Basta yun nga, ang daming pwedeng gawin on our age range right now. Na minsan nafe-feel ko. Pero hindi, okay lang naman sa akin. Nafe-feel ko na parang, ay, bahal pala magmura. Ay, shit. Yun.
That's fucking fine.
Na,
I don't give a fuck.
na-miss ko yung concert ni ganyan, yung birthday ni ganito. Kasi work, ganun. Pero, end of the day naman, if ever yung trabaho ko ma-execute, ma-present, and a lot of people appreciate, especially yung mga kasama ko, kayo, it's all worth it.
True. True.
So parang fair din naman din. Yeah.
Shit, you guys, your answers are so deep.
Ikaw
Mine
naman.
is very...
Go.
Okay lang.
I don't like losing.
Patay ka, boy.
I don't like losing precisely because lahat naman ng pitch na ginagawa natin, 100% lagi.
Yeah.
Parang kahit sobrang lit nung pitch, nakikita ko talaga na ultimo accounts pa lang and BD team who does the briefs for us, they try their best and give their 100% all. And especially the creatives who, churn out the output themselves. Tapos matatalo ka. Sakit rin talaga. Yun yung ayokong nararamdaman, unfortunately. And if I'm being honest, sometimes this happens often. It happens. It's a very competitive industry. And as a competitive person, losing something that you worked, 100% blood, sweat, and tears for, and then losing it just for, small margins, it's tough. But, at the end of the day, my experience, I've been in advertising for 5+ years. It's not, the most, but I think it's a fair amount of time for me to experience all the highs and the lows. I think sometimes you just have to brush it off talaga.
Yeah.
And move on to the next because you can't really dwell on those losses. But I'm not gonna lie and tell you na, I get over these losses really quick. Kasi sometimes there are pitches na I was really, really proud of. I think we did this one for an alcohol brand that we pitched something really, really amazing. And then it turns out wala silang budget. Parang, what the fuck? Sayang naman yung brain power doon.
Exactly.
Diba? But again, you just brush it off and on to the next. You can't dwell on those too long.
Move forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. What to you is harder to move on from? Losing a pitch or losing a client? Parang you won it already. You've been working with them for X number of years.
Shit, that's a good question.
And then they're just like, see ya. Found someone better.
Losing a client, definitely.
Losing a client.
For me,
Losing a
losing a
client.
client.
Yeah, definitely.
Because losing a client hurts more kasi
They trusted you na.
they trusted you, you've worked with them, and somewhere along the way, something happened.
Na-outs gege ka na bigla.
Yeah. Something happened along the way na parang, sometimes it's not even your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba? Sometimes may bagong marketing director sa brand. Parang, ay, gusto ko yung agency ko nung ano ako, 25. Ngayon, 45 na ako. And you insert that agency and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And that sucks, but again, it's the same principle. Brush it off, win new business, kill it, and tell them we're on to better things. Most of the time. I don't know, I try.
Uminom na painom si Andrew
Okay.
dun eh. Parang
On that note, I think we
I
should
feel like it's time for a
refill,
top
refill.
up.
Oh no.
refill our SLs.
I'm good.
You're
That was
good
very
ka.
stressful.
I know.
Namumula ka na.
Really?
Na-feel mo ata yung sinabi mo.
Galit ako eh.
Parang may
Pero
pinanggalingan yan.
actually yung sinabi mo na about yun nga, losing pitches. Minsan di ko rin maiwasan na, damn, we did our best.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, all we can do is move forward, improve, and you know,
Yeah, it hurts because like they're not, we did our best, but
Yeah.
our
They
best
don't see
wasn't-
that way.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're just gonna say that, oh, this is not what we're looking
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
But then they don't know what's
What sucks is you can't blame them.
Yeah,
Because they're also doing their jobs, choosing what's best
what's
for their
best
brand.
for the brand. Yeah, exactly.
But it's just like, it's just sad to think about
Yeah.
because like they don't know the amount of work that we put sometimes.
Yeah.
But
The effort and the
yeah.
time we put
Yeah.
in.
Well, on that note, I wanna reel back a little bit. So let's step into the time machine. Whoa!
How far off did we go?
Hala, naging
2
Excel ako.
days.
Excel.
I don't know how old you guys are, but college days. Let's go back to college.
4 years ago?
Alam mo, high
Ako
school.
last year lang ako nag-
Oh, 4
High
years
school
ago.
na lang kasi that's where you apply.
Okay, fair. High school.
Okay.
Third year, fourth year high school. Where were you guys at in terms of your career? I mean, thinking about your career.
So far off, dude. Like, wild. I was third year high school. I was in culinary summer classes.
fuck?
Because I wanted to be a chef in college.
This is
No
news to
way.
me. This is news
Yeah.
to me.
So I spent the whole summer
Crazy.
on a crash course of fundamentals of professional cooking. It was my whole summer. I was going to class from 6 p.m. till 11 p.m. Summer, dude. And I was just cooking, learning how to cook. And then when I started applying for courses, I applied for management in Ateneo. I applied for advertising in UST, business administration in UP, and then management in financial institutions in LaSalle. So none of them hit. None of them hit either being a chef or being a creative. So talagang, yeah, I think a lot of things just really happen even though you're so sure in yourself, especially as a kid, diba? I want to be a chef. I want to be a pilot. Diba? I want to be a fireman or a policeman. You're so set on that until you realize that parang there are other things in life where you could be interested in. It's just not quote unquote mainstream.
Yeah.
Diba? Na parang you don't hear someone wanting to be an accountant, but a lot of people take accountancy.
I want to be Don Draper. I've never heard anyone say that.
Bakit ganun?
Mommy, can I be Don Draper when I grow up?
It's the slick back hair.
It's the slick back and the
That's the dream.
adultery and the smoking
And the suit.
and the suits. What about you, Stephen? In college, what was your path like?
Well, I took up multimedia arts in
Oh.
Benilde. Yeah. Wow. So multimedia artist.
Yeah.
I know, right? Surprising. But yeah. Well, I had this dream of becoming an artist talaga ever since I was a kid. So like my whole life has been in arts talaga. Like my interest has always been in arts. Shout out to all my math teachers who caught me drawing in the back of my test papers. You know who you are. And
Mr. Tongco, anong tong dinadrawing mong edit?
Mr. Tongco, ang laki na.
But Mr. Tongco, why is this picture of me really bad?
Big Mimi.
Why do I have a mustache on my face? Verbatim.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so in college, I took up multimedia arts, and I can say I learned a few things there, but most of the stuff I learned were surprisingly outside college, and I get inspired by all these shows we watch, all these games we play, all the music we listen to, and after college, during college, I always knew that I want to be in an ad agency, and surprisingly, I actually watched Mad Men in college, and I'm like, okay, this solidified my my passion for this thing, and
Adultery,
smoking,
drinking,
and the politics inside the company. No, and but it just like made me realize like, okay, this seems interesting to me. I like I like seeing the amount of the varied work you can do and how creative you can get. If maybe if I was in an ad agency, I'd be fulfilled with my use my skills, put my skills to good use. And so after college, I jumped right in. I became a graphic artist for a company. I won't say it, but I did a few years there, and then I'm here now. Yeah. So basically, graphic artist or multimedia artist was always in my my plans.
That's cool.
So walang like second nag-whisper na wag ka mag-graphic artist. Mag-dancer ka. Walang ganun.
Yeah. Well,
I want to see Stephen dance.
Yeah, me too.
I bet you do. Chill. We got cameras over here. I really wanted to pursue music. That was my second choice, music production.
DJ Cupcakes in the house.
Who is that?
Who's DJ Cupcakes?
Yeah, who is that?
This motherfucker right here.
I don't know. This guy? I don't know who you're talking about, but anyway, yeah.
DJ Cupcakes right here under his name. Under his face.
Nagka-track sa ulo niya
There's a
ngayon.
DJ right here, but not,
Yeah, DJ and DJ Cupcakes.
Yeah.
Who calls himself Cupcakes? That's so weird.
No,
It's kind of weird.
It's,
Yeah, it's kinda
no,
weird.
it's not. It's delicious.
Yeah, but I wanted to pursue music production, but I feel like it wouldn't be super sustainable, and I feel like I could learn most of it outside of college, and that's what I did. I learned it on the side, and I got to do it naman, but I didn't pursue an education there, so I chose multimedia arts instead. So yeah.
Damn.
Sir Kev. You know where we're going with this. Sir Kev.
Grabe. Ako, siguro, well, galing kasi ako sa technical school in high school. So we had this parang specialization when it comes to, besides academic curriculum, may technical curriculum kami. And then sa third year and fourth year, meron ka parang specialization. So ang specialization ko nung time na yun is computer tech. So anything na hacker man or coding type of thing, ginawa ko. So ideally gusto ko talagang mag-computer engineer or mag-comsci. Kaso, ayun nga, nag-apply ako sa LaSalle, nag-apply ako sa UST. And then, na-realize ko na besides na ang mahal niya, na pa-reflect ako na masaya ba ako dito?
Damn.
Parang ganun, sabi ko, oh no, computer. I mean, for sure, siya, very
lucrative.
Tsaka yung mga kabatch ko nun to this day, as in, ang gagaling nila. Like may IT, everything, may ComEng, etc. So parang na-realize ko rin kasi besides dun sa technical aspects, sa codes, ganyan-ganyan, may parang creative aspect din siya. Like multimedia in general. So nag-edit ako, nagpa-flash ganyan, yung mga edits, ganyan, mga stick figures, ganun.
What?
Kasi nung time na yun, may subject kami, Adobe Flash, if you're familiar with it. Adobe Flash.
Not that kind of Flash.
I think we should lead with that next.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry. Adobe Flash. So it's like a software where you can animate by keyframes, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi nung time na yun, uso yung Y8, yung Newgrounds.
Oh shit, that's how old you are.
Familiar kayo dun, for
Newgrounds.
sure. Yeah. Miniclip.
Grabe yung Newgrounds. E-Bombs World.
Ano yun?
Oh lol, do you know E-Bombs World?
I'm not gonna satisfy you with the response.
Ano yun? Siya ang joke lang.
Shit.
Pero nung time na yun, sobrang gustong-gusto ko yung mga animation na yun, na safe for work.
Sorry, I laughed.
Yeah. So eventually, nung pagka fourth year ko, na-realize ko, sige mag-creatives kaya ako. Una, gusto ko mag-multimedia sa CSB. Kaso, given the, yun nga, pera, nag-apply ako sa, sa more okay na like UST, Letran, etc. And then, pumasok ako sa Letran, advertising. And na-realize ko kasi I can learn technical skills eventually. It's better to study the principles, the theory, and then to follow na lang yung technical. As mentioned by Stephen, di ba, most of what we learned is outside.
Yeah.
Di ba, yung mga technical skills. So, hinoon ko yung mas, hindi naman boring, pero yung principles in general, mga theories, ganyan-ganyan. Para at least, when I enter the creatives industry, may foundation rin ako ng mga words. Or basta mga principles in general. And then, sumunod na lang yung technical skills. That's it. Eventually. Ayun. Ganun. And then, nag-grad school ako kasi gusto ko
That's the
magturo.
way the news goes.
Ayun. Ang dami ko sinabi. Sorry.
It's fine. I love hearing
wanna
you
hear
talk.
about it.
Grabe.
know.
Grabe. Pero in reality, kung hindi ako nag-advertising, engineer dapat ako.
Engineer.
Wow.
Engineer dapat ako. Kasi sa pamilya ko, pag engineer
Hindi
ka,
na gets ng mga call niyo yung engineer.
alam niyo yung engineer?
I think from context. please.
Down engineering ako.
Okay.
Kaso, yun nga.
Not that conyo pala.
Ayun nga. Magaling kasi ako sa math. Wow, magaling ako sa math. Surprisingly,
Tangina.
magaling ako sa math, sabi nila. Or kino-comfort lang nila ako kasi hindi talaga ako magaling sa math.
Ako rin sobrang galing ko sa math.
Ay,
Math.
Kaya ako nag-photography.
Pero yun, other plans went ahead. So yun, nandito na ako. AD, Brown.
Brown.
Happy.
Happy.
Brown.
Brown. Sorry, ikaw naman, Leandro. Since binato mo naman yung question sa amin, kunyari nasa time machine ka na bilog, tapos pinasok kita, wala kang damit. Tapos dahan-dahan na naging high school, third year high school Leandro.
Third year high school Leandro's 75 pounds ago, if I'm being honest.
Long hair.
Long hair.
pa yata.
Yeah.
Going through puberty.
I want to be Don Draper. No, the third year high school, I was applying to a couple of colleges or universities. All of them, I was applying European studies, international studies.
So that was your course in DLSU?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Like, paano siya? Like, is it...
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Ooh.
I mean, it's the old, trope.
I could totally see you being like a Better Call Saul type of guy.
Yeah.
Sleazy lawyer.
Sleazy lawyer.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? But I mean, it's that, that trope na parang, your parents wanted to see you do this. Although they weren't really super forcing it naman. They were just like, it'd be cool if you were a lawyer. And I was like, that sounds cool. I was watching Suits at the time also kasi. If I'm being honest, fucking Suits. Muntik na ako mabudol ng Suits, guys. So I wanted to be a lawyer. But I was also very interested in European culture. That's why it became European studies, because they had a lot of courses on international law.
Yeah.
And that was something I was very interested in, because I find it very interesting. I still find it very interesting. World affairs and stuff like that, especially with what's going on, especially now with what's going on in Ukraine and Russia.
With so many going on actually around the world right now.
Very interesting to see how those players play in that space. So I wanted to be a lawyer, and I took European studies for that. But while I was in college, I was I think my roommate, he was in business management, I think. Tapos may mga kilala siyang mga older people who have businesses, and he needed help with one of their businesses. So that was my first exposure to digital marketing actually in college na. And so they needed help with social media management. I knew fuck all. The fuck is a fucking European studies major supposed to do with social media management, right? So I did what I do best and Google a lot of the things that helped me land that job and actually stay at that job for a few months nga lang yun eh. But it was something worth putting in the resume. And then after I graduated, I was like, I don't want to spend money to be a lawyer. I just want to make money instead. So yun, nag-apply ako sa a really, really big agency as a social media specialist. Nabudol ko sila, and the rest is history. And then nabudol ko si Via after that, a year after that. Now I'm here.
Ilang years ka na dito?
Almost. Well,
Technically.
Are we gonna talk about that?
No. Just the collective.
Yeah, the collective.
Yeah.
You don't have to
years.
say what
around
happened.
4 or 5, almost 5 years. Yeah.
Damn.
Since almost the
and-
beginning, right? Almost the beginning.
OG.
The beginning.
The beginning,
of
yeah.
Audify. Yeah, I
The
was
OG,
there.
yeah.
I was there. Shout out to the OGs.
Shout out Ella.
Ella. Hot dog.
Hot dog. Okay. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's funny how things pan out.
True.
You know,
It always works out.
it always works out. It always works out. That's the perspective that you need to have kapag, there are life moments or life decisions coming your way. It all pans out in the end.
Pero
Unless you're like really addicted to drugs.
may times ba na naglo-look back ka pa rin? Like, what if? Ganun.
No.
I used to.
Ikaw.
Not anymore for me.
Ako rin, not anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I
I,
don't see
feel
it.
like if you hate parts of you because of what you did, that means you hate the good parts of you also.
Oh, damn.
Diba?
That was deep.
So
man.
parang wala.
damn.
To me, I just feel like as long as there's a part of you that you're happy with or proud of, you shouldn't look back. Na.
That's true.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that too.
That's the clip. That's the TikTok clip.
That's the 15-second for socials.
yeah.
Again, like the common thread between the four of us is we're all in advertising. Hell, we're in the same fucking company. But I want you guys to think about the people who aren't in our industry. The people who are maybe thinking about it. Maybe they've seen Mad Men and want to be Don Draper. What are their thoughts like? Do you think advertising is for everyone? Is the question I want to ask for you guys.
I'll go ahead.
I think advertising is for everyone to try. Everyone is free to try their hand at advertising. Go ahead. And to some people, they end up being the better versions of themselves. To some people, they end up finding out the worst version of themselves. Some people really realize their limits, and some people realize what's petex to them or what's easy for them to do. So I feel like, to answer your question, everyone can try, but not everyone will last talaga.
Yeah.
And I feel like those who do last are those who are really made for it. And those who fight for it to last are even more so made for it. Because they can tell themselves that even if they're not good at what they're doing, or if they're not fit in what they're doing right now, but they still, tread forward. I feel like those are the types of people who really deserve to be in advertising. Kasi, wala eh. If you're not, if you don't pave your own way, or if you don't make your path seen or known by everyone, you're gonna get stepped on in advertising talaga.
True.
And I
very
feel
true.
like that's the deciding factor if advertising is for you. Is if you can go head to head with everyone every day, every minute. And I feel like that's what advertising is. It's fighting for your ideas, fighting
Yeah.
for your insights, fighting for your executions, really. So yeah, I feel like everybody should try advertising. It's really, really fun. But
Look at this shit.
Yeah.
This is advertising.
This is advertising.
Look at this shit.
No,
Yeah,
that's super well
look
said.
at my
That's
eyes.
super well said.
Hasn't blinked since 2028.
The black circles are your what they call this insignia for you're from advertising. Just kidding. All industries.
It's your
you're-
battle scars.
Yeah, battle scars though. Sobrang agree ako kay DJ Cupcakes.
That was a good answer.
That was not the good. That's a great answer.
It's a great answer. It's a great answer. Because I was gonna say it isn't for everyone, but I think you put it better kasi na parang it's worth trying, definitely. I think anything you wanna try is worth trying.
Of course.
Because you'll never know. I mean, it's come to a point rin kasi in my life as a 19-year-old. Just kidding. As someone... I mean, I've been working for a while, definitely. I mean, not as much as a lot of other people, like older than me, definitely. But there are things that you discover about yourself. And you'll only be able to do that if you try something out. And that's essentially what happened to me with advertising. I was not on that path at all. Parang, I saw myself be going through that lawyer path, pero it panned out. I mean, I ended up going the advertising path, and then this career is still, I'd like to think it's still blossoming for me now. But yeah, it's definitely worth trying. But when I say that it's not for everyone, it's also very true. Because not everyone has the stomach for the
grit.
work, for the grit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. Advertising isn't like in Mad Men where you have time to fuck around and
I'm gonna play golf.
yeah. You can't. Sometimes you don't have enough time to be able to enjoy the things that you enjoy, and that's part of the job. Not everyone is fit for that, but for the people, and DJ's right, for the people that are fit for that, kudos to you. Props to you. Kasi
Definitely.
ang tatag mo. Yun talaga.
But also to add to that, I'm not saying like kunwari, I'm fit for it because even to be honest, I still don't even know if I'm fit for it. You know what I mean? And I feel like people will have their own time frames. So let's say for Kevin, it could have been 2 years in advertising. He already knew he was fit for it. For Leandro, it could have been 4. For Stephen, it could have been 1.
Yeah.
Diba? But for some people, it could still be, like you're already filing for your retirement and you're still in advertising and you went through it and then at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, did I really go through that? Was I able to really go through that? Parang sometimes it's not a mindset that's always, you're not always aware that you're thinking about it. And then sometimes you're hyper aware that you're thinking about it. So yeah, I just feel like with me, if you ask me if I'm fit for advertising, I still really don't know. Because parang right now, the highs and lows are still equal. So
Yeah.
I'm still like, I'm not leaning towards a side if I'm built for it or not.
But I think, you knowing if you're fit for it or not, that's most of the time that's never gonna happen for most people. These are the things that you notice of other people. Because even me, like I don't know if I'm fit for this yet, even though I've been here for a while. Because sometimes, there are things that I also want to do outside of advertising, like podcasting, and you with your photography, and you with your DJing, and you with your
Teaching.
Teaching? Question mark.
being a
Professor.
very handsome chocolatey man.
Fair.
So, if there's one piece of advice I want to give, it's that you're never gonna be too sure about where you are, but you just power through, do your best, and you'll find out eventually. That got really serious. I'm sorry.
I mean, very naman yung points valid, especially lalo na daming gagraduate, diba? Like certain industries are changing, especially for advertising. We're entering Web3. We're going digital. Short form
Good
content
Lord.
and siguro isang factor din kasi
AI, shout out AI.
AI is emerging.
That's my jam.
ChatGPT.
I want to ask you guys, because it was very serious for a bit. I want to make it a little bit more light a bit.
I'm game.
If you weren't in advertising, what would you be? But we have to answer for each other instead. You can't answer for yourself.
Okay,
What do you
okay.
think I would be doing outside of the the lawyer shit? But ano yung tingin yung bagay sa akin? Bagay kay Kev, bagay kay Stephen, bagay kay DJ.
We can't say podcasting for you. Or
Yeah, we can say kasi
can-
something
he's doing
else
it
now.
now. Yeah,
Let's start with you and then parang,
Go ahead.
sorry. Parang naman. Sige. Sa akin muna.
Hit me up.
Feeling ko nagdi-DJ ka.
Really?
Yeah.
But like radio DJ.
Radio
Like
DJ.
radio host.
actually bagay. Yeah.
Diba? Like,
Yeah.
pero ikaw yung nasa evening or sa mga late nights talk.
Yung alanganin. Like at 4 in the morning.
Sample nga,
Yeah.
sample
Until
nga.
7.
But right.
Yung mga love advice.
Love advice.
Sa AM.
Or kaya yung mga nagbabasa ng mga, anong tawag doon? Yung mga stories.
Ay, yung mga alas juicy. Shout
What
out.
is that?
Di ba,
Hindi mo alam.
Alas juicy?
madidemonetize mo tayo?
Oops. Spot mo na lang mamaya after. I'll tell you later.
Pero radio,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure,
Radio.
no. Sa'yo, radio rin ba? Or,
Well, I feel like you'd be a good like interviewer. I guess like you know.
Like a journalist?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nardwar.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. I would love to be Nardwar.
I don't know. Wait,
Fucking dope.
it's kind of still the same like podcasting. He's still
Yeah,
like,
it's in the same realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we say that or like does that have to
That's
be completely
fine.
Yeah,
different?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
have something completely
Okay.
different for Leandro. I feel like he's gonna be good in sales.
No.
Definitely. Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I don't see it.
I can see.
I don't see that.
Like,
I
mas sales
suck
talk
at
niya
sales.
ako.
No, because you don't have to sell naman eh. You just have to speak well. You speak well.
Yes.
So I feel like you're gonna sell.
That's important in advertising, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you have
That's
to
true.
in
Kunyari,
pitches.
magbebenta ka sa akin ng hotdog pilo. Paano mo ibibenta sa akin?
I just told you I'm bad at sales. What,
Kaya, kunyari nga.
Use your DJ voice.
Okay, ako yung client.
what am I selling you?
A hot dog pillow.
Hotdog pillow.
Wala pala akong pera.
Are you lonely at night? It's a valid question.
Yeah.
Well, for 75 pesos, you won't have to be.
Why?
Because I have this hot dog pillow for you and it looks like I don't want to continue those
No, you're
times.
gonna be like, so for 75 pesos, you get a hot dog pillow. For an additional 75, I'll put the face of your girlfriend.
Oh.
That's how you said it.
Well, I told you I was bad.
Pero at least, hot to pillow.
Hot
Hot dog pillow.
Yeah.
Tama, at least natali mo siya.
Yeah.
Okay, for Kev.
Okay,
What do you think Kev would be if he wasn't an art director
Can you guys
slash
go first? I have to
professor?
think about that.
I feel like Kevin would be a great psychiatrist.
Oh, that's I see that.
What?
I see that.
Because you listen well eh. You
Yeah,
listen
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And parang even if you're not saying anything, I feel like I'm being heard. So,
Aww.
Aw.
yeah.
No, I see that. I see
Right?
that. I see that.
Fair.
If not, like if not like a guidance counselor also.
Guidance counselor.
Same realm. I think you're really good at nga listening to people. I think that's also why I got you as co-host.
Grabe. Nakikinig lang talaga ako. Pero grabe naman.
I really have to think about that shit though. What about you? What do you think you would be doing?
Yeah, pretty much the same because Kevin's super helpful and I mean my time
Ay, alam
here
mo,
at-
meron ako.
Sige, may
Feel
bago
ko
rin
magaling yung policeman.
Policeman?
Oo.
Bakit?
Pero yung policeman na malinis very helpful kasi. Tama ka helpful siya eh.
yeah.
Always willing to do the right thing. Pero at the same time, bastos rin kahit paano. Alam mo yun? Very policeman.
Actually, the other option I had for Kev, you know those professions where they're professionals in what they do, but what do you call this? Parang another aspect of their profession is to being able to listen. Kunwari, bartender, always listening.
Barbero.
Barbero, always listening. Diba? So I feel like that's another good enough for Kev. Like, let's say, feeling ko ikaw pwede kang owner ng food truck.
Nakikita ko yung sarili ko before.
As a food truck.
Food truck
guy.
owner. Yeah.
Actually, parang retirement plan ko na rin. Magluto na kaya ako.
Solid.
Yeah, it's like, you'll just imagine Kevin like, oh yeah, Kevin, that guy, he's always in that restaurant.
Ay, yung
Actually,
masarap na food truck? Si Kevin? Siya yung food truck.
yeah,
Nakatayo lang ako dun.
everyone just talks about you like, oh man, that guy, like I love going to his,
Ay, grabe naman.
that spot.
Yeah.
Flatter naman
No,
ako.
I can see it. I can
Yeah.
see it.
Grabe naman. Salamat.
Yeah, it's probably my answer too. So,
Si
Magluluto
Stephen.
Magluluto ako kayo next time.
okay, go.
Si Stephen, feeling
ano.
ko would be...
DJ has all the great answers. Go,
Yeah.
Sige, una na kayo.
No,
Ikaw,
no,
go
go
muna. Sige, switch tayo kay Leandro.
Shit, I shouldn't have said that. I have to think pa eh.
I'm thinking now. So go na.
Okay, Stephen would be a great... I feel like you'd be a great dancer.
Wow, really? Really?
If you really put your mind into it, I can see it. Because you're a performer eh.
yeah. Well, like, yeah.
I think that's something that... Also, you're Chinese. Just kidding.
I didn't know
Oh,
Chinese
shit,
were
that's
great
alcohol
dancers.
talking.
I'll have
Bleep that
Because he's
out.
cute.
Ah,
Chinito.
cute,
Okay,
cute.
okay.
Did you call me cute?
Sian Lim.
Nice save, nice save.
I'm the small C and them.
Yeah.
Small version.
So feeling ko if Stephen would also be good. Kasi gets ko what you were saying na parang performing.
Yeah.
But not just performing, I feel like just being around a big crowd. So feeling ko Stephen would be a great e-games star.
Athlete. So gamer.
Athlete. E-games
Oh,
athlete.
yeah.
Actually,
Nakikita ko actually.
Actually, yeah.
Bakit dahil ng fingers mo? Batak ba
Nagsistream
yan?
pa siya.
Yeah, actually, like, I do play games a lot, so
That's true.
I wouldn't mind doing
be
it
fun.
for money in
Yeah.
a big crowd.
That's true.
Sa akin, elementary teacher.
Really? It's the first time ever.
Pero art yung subject. And then love ka ng students mo kasi sobrang outgoing and hype. Like, you teach 3 subjects. Art, music, and physical education for some reason. Kasi dancer ka nga, di ba? Pero siya, elementary teacher in a private school. Tapos feeling ko,
It's very specific.
all female. Tapos crush siya ng mga estudyante niya kasi handsome man.
No,
All boys school ba to?
Pwede ng old boy, tapos crush pa rin siya ng ng mga...
I actually thought about it, like being a teacher. Too.
Oh,
wow. Like being an art teacher. Like actually,
Art teacher.
I feel like it'd be fun and like,
Yeah. Tsaka, very outgoing din kasi si Stephen. Tsaka parang, alam mo yun, marami siyang may impart. na
yeah.
knowledge.
Just like I just remembered like all the fun memories I had in high school. They were because of like fun teachers, and I'd be like, I sometimes think like, what if I was a teacher? Like, what if I became a teacher eventually? But like whatever I learned in the advertising world or arts in general, and it's a fun thought actually. It's a fun
di ba?
thought. Yeah.
Oh. Teacher,
Man.
Sir Stephen. Ano tatawag mo? Sir Tongco? Sir
Sir Step in.
Stephen. Si Sir Stephen, nandiyan na!
No, but
Wait, tago mo na yung bold ba? Diyan si Sir Stephen.
anong bold? Pakita.
Pasend nga niya, Bluetooth.
No, but like I will consider the e-gamer thought. That's actually pretty feasible.
Yeah, nagsistream pa. Na-imagine ko nagsistream siya. No?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Twitch.
si Sir DJ.
It's not Sir DJ.
Oh,
Ikaw?
meron ako. This
no.
one, this is easy for me. I can see you being a host. Like a events
MC?
host. Events host.
Oh.
I can see it. He
Yeah.
speaks really well. He's very personable and very handsome.
Definitely. Very
I can see
handsome.
it. I
Yeah.
can see it.
TV, like a event host.
Yeah. Diba?
Fun din yun. Like you get to go around,
Yeah.
meet new people. Okay.
I can see that.
I'll take it.
You're thinking? I have an answer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed about DJ, he's like really good with people, and you know he's super not. He is friendly, and he's also like good at sensing what people need and what they're into. So like, parang somewhat like a profession that takes like someone who takes care of people who wants them to feel good. Maybe like a club owner, I guess.
I was gonna say like a general manager for a hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm game for that also.
Why are you answering for yourself?
Sorry. Napaisip na ako hotel manager.
Something like that. Yeah.
Pero since sasabi nila, yung isa kong naisip, parang related din sa, actually prod din madaya. Pero feeling ko nakikita kita parang wedding planner.
Oh, my mom
that's
is an
sick.
event planner.
Oh,
so
yeah.
maybe that's where I get the prod side
A
from.
wedding planner, as in people would flock. Like, pag si DJ yung nagplano ng wedding mo, perfect yan.
Try natin wedding mo, Kev.
Oh, sige.
Yun yung first beta test natin
Sige.
sa
Bet,
DJ events.
DJ the wedding
Daniel
planner.
events.
Daniel events.
Pero one word lang.
Yeah, tsaka,
Daniel events.
tsaka very engaging ka rin kasi parang approachable din. So people would be like, impart their trust talaga sa'yo in planning stuff. Like, yun.
Yeah, I see that. I see
Pero that's my whole plan lang for you to just trust me that when you least expect it.
I'm gone.
World domination.
That's
We
fucking
are
scary.
now slaves of DJ.
Is this because of the tarot cards?
It is.
For context, we were doing tarot cards kanina. And I predicted he would rule the world with yoga.
Okay lang sa akin. A world dominated by DJ.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I get so much good memories.
So much
Good memories.
good memories. Okay.
That's a fun segment.
Yeah, I think that wraps that up. Before we leave, maybe we can, because I also want to speak to a lot of the people that are thinking about what their next steps are in their lives, especially when it comes to their career. Whether or not you are in college and thinking about your next step, and what course to take, and or like someone that is looking into switching careers, maybe we can give them a piece of advice coming from professionals and as advertisers.
Like, what would you tell yourself when you're younger self or something?
Let's speak to the people directly, I would say.
Okay. Me first? You go ahead.
Ako ba muna?
yeah.
A message ko sa kanila.
Yeah.
Research. So lalo na sa mga high school, one key thing na naalala ko sa high school teacher ko is to research yung gusto mong career path. I-GMG mo, kumbaga. Google mo gago. Kasi the more you learn about what you want to do in life, the research and then list it down, talagang malalaman mo eventually na, to gusto ko mag-ganyan. And mas set the expectations mo. Yun lang. Mag-research lang.
To hop on what Kev said, I feel like once you do research the steps you have to take to be able to get to where you want to be, don't get daunted by the steps you have to take. Because at the end of the day, nothing is unsurpassable if you just put a little bit of elbow grease. Diba? Like, tama. Just Google it. Everything is Googleable. If it's not on Google, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So if it's something that you have to do, it's going to be
Let
a
me correct
Google
you. If it's
version.
not on ChatGPT, it doesn't exist.
No, for now, pwede pa.
This AI sim. Kapag halata akong AI sim to.
But yeah, I mean, everybody really will have a point in their lives where they want to pivot or change directions. And the hardest part is really saying to yourself that it's okay to do it. And then after that, it's going to be easy na. As long as you tell yourself it's okay.
My piece of advice is very similar to what Kevin DJ said. Don't afraid to make mistakes. be afraid to make mistakes because you'll never know. And this was mentioned earlier, kanina. If you, the only way you'll know more about yourself kasi is when you're in peril. When you make mistakes, that's who you'll uncover who you are when you're at your lowest, and that's what's gonna bring you forward. So if you're thinking about, oh shit, advertising, I hear it's really fucking, fucking difficult. Scary, yeah. Try it out. Don't be afraid to make a mistake, because if it pans out, then you took that gamble and it paid off. If it doesn't pan out for you, that's fine, because that puts you in a better position to move on to where you should be. So make mistakes, guys. It's very important to make mistakes in life.
Oh, me next. Okay. Well, one thing I would tell them, like, are these people who want to be in advertising or like thinking about it, or
In general.
Yeah, in general, it doesn't have to be, advertising.
Okay. Well, I guess what I want to say to everyone is think about what you want. Like, think about what you're passionate about. I feel like sometimes we're pressured to do these things, and things we're not really interested in. But I think you'll know early on naman as a child, or if you're in high school, you'll really know what you want naman, what you think about, and when you're not studying or anything, there's this one thing you're like, yeah, I want to do this when I'm older.
Bold.
I mean,
Sorry.
I mean, if that's your passion, diba?
That's true.
Yeah. If that's your
We're
passion.
talking to
Shout
high
out
school.
Viva Max.
And it's lucrative, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
so good shout. So, example, yeah, bold or anything else. But I mean, if that's your passion and people tell you, maybe pursue another thing, but all you can think about is bold. Oh, wait. Okay, but all you can think about is bold, diba?
Be
Like,
bold with your decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better. But again, so I knew what I wanted from the start.
Bold.
And sure. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But yeah, I knew what I wanted from the start. Like I had this, I had this goal. I pursued it. I ended up here. And I realized that, yeah, this is for me, and I'm glad I tried it. Like what you guys said, you got to try that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Fuck yeah.
the bottom line is, if you're passionate about it, just follow it, and don't be pressured. I guess try not to be pressured. I don't know your circumstances or anything, but like that thing you think about all the time, you just like what you want to do, just do it.
I'm so inspired.
Nike.
Oh, I love
Nike.
your answer. I love
Nike.
your answer. Actually, just to add, sa tingin nyo ba, it's important that you love your job? You love your job.
Definitely.
Oh, I don't.
You don't love your job?
I mean, I don't, not to say that I don't love my job, but I don't think it's a requisite. Because there are a lot of things that you can do outside of your job that fulfills you even more.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
yeah,
can you can not love your job, but it's the best paying one.
Yeah.
So you're gonna stay for sure.
Yeah.
But it
it's
helps if you love it.
Oh
Of
yeah, for
course.
sure. For
Okay.
sure.
I mean, I need to love it because like you're spending how many hours in a day doing
Yeah.
it and stuff. Yeah.
I guess
feel
it's very dependent.
Yeah, it is. But I want to enjoy and I do enjoy here, thankfully, because like I got people like you to talk to, and yeah, shed a tear.
Anong gusto
Yeah.
mo?
I want chicken wings and
Oh, mamaya. Sagot
Nah,
ni
nah.
Leandro.
All right. Wait, what?
What?
All right. It's my Matthew McConaughey impersonation, but that's all the time we have for this episode of the Oddcast. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and I hope you liked this episode where we talked about. We just shot the shit.
I know.
What the fuck did we even talk about?
bold.
So don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's oddcast.ph.
Yeah.
We're actually not sure yet.
We should.
But it should be in like
The down below.
down below. Oddcast.ph. Oh, fuck. Oddcast.ph.
What if they're just listening?
Let
Yeah.
us know what you liked about this episode or the previous episode.
Don't forget.
The changes, if there are changes you
Yeah.
like, some things we have to work
You
on.
don't
Let
like
us know.
Yeah.
We're learning. We're growing.
We're open.
I've always wanted to say this.
We appreciate
Don't
you.
forget to like and subscribe to the Oddcast.
Don't forget to hit the notification button. And
The bell.
The bell icon. Yeah. And don't report us, please. Please.
We need money.
We need money. So, baka,
Goodbye.
Alam mo, baka
Mwah.
i-plug mo rin naman yung mga kasama natin.
No need.
No.
No need.
No, no.
No need.
Ah, no,
I'm
okay,
good.
okay.
You
can,
guys.
you can see us off.
Wait, you can plug both of them. That's fine.
I don't want to plug my onlypop. Only.pop.
I don't want to plug at DJ Magbanua on Instagram.
I don't want to plug it. _ Leandro Diaz on Instagram. And onlypop on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram.
Beautiful.
Alright, goodbye and good night.
Adios. See you
Bye.
on the next episode.